You know, Oklahoma is a unique place, having both urban landscapes and suburban landscapes and then rural landscapes. A food desert, depending upon where it's located, is anywhere from half a mile to 2 miles away before someone can get to a grocery store where they can have access to a variety of fresh and nutritious product. When it comes down to the landscape that we have, the fact that our city and in Oklahoma City is so spread out, and so much of our state is so spread out, having resources in an area that is really concentrated enough for our clients, our neighbors to really be able to get access, that's part of the challenge. And then the lack of public transportation makes it even that much more of a challenge. Food desert is not the only limiting factor. I think access can be any number of reasons when it comes to pricing and when it comes down to truly being able to get that produce or that healthy food or that not healthy food, whatever is their choice, to then be able to get home and to be able to serve it and prepare it and those types of things. We look at that as those access points from a purchase standpoint in one way, and then the charitable way in another. In this particular community in Northeast Oklahoma City, we've been working for a long time to address these specific issues and be a part of the solution. When it comes down to the grocery store access, we don't have a whole lot we've got a lot of stake in the sense of we'd like to see that happen that much more. But we also know that we get to be a part of the solution by providing access to the food pantries that we have and our other feeding programs to really help ensure that families, no matter whether they can afford it or not, are still able to get access to that. The question of what does it look like for those families, it's difficult. If you aren't able to access the type of food that adds to a healthy and a productive life, it's really going to limit your health outcomes long term. And in Northeast Oklahoma City, that's what we see. We see that also in South Oklahoma City, various spots throughout our city and also throughout our entire 53 county service area. Well, one way that we can kind of highlight what's being done, specifically right now, the Northeast Health Task Force has been brought together by Councilwoman Nikki Nice, along with community leaders from nonprofits, the education sector, the for-profit sector, all saying, how can we help be a part of that solution? That's one particular way that we're really involved in. A second is we've got long-standing relationships with about 5 different food pantries, specifically in the 73111 zip code. In addition to that, 10 summer feeding sites, kids cafes. There have been folks who've been serving a long time, and we want to give credit where credit is due. And we're glad to be working with them to support their efforts and also to help build and expand upon those efforts. Because though good work is being done, there's a lot more that can be done, and we're trying to work with them to do that. Finally, I want to highlight our work to develop a food and resource center on the northeast side of Oklahoma City. That's going to be an amazing opportunity for us, and so we're currently engaged with community leaders to be able to make that happen. Food and resource centers are designed to be able to provide healthy, nutritious food, but at a larger scale. Generally about 10,000 square feet with a client choice food pantry that looks a lot like a small grocery store. Generally, families are given access about every 30 days or so with a supplement of 8 to 10 days worth of food. Our goal is to be able to provide scale, because scale is what's needed on the northeast side of Oklahoma City, as well as the quality of what's needed. Well, I think having a grocery store provides the same amount of dignity it does with any community. It helps to be a cornerstone of what people see as a quality way of life. And we know that that's the level of dignity that every Oklahoman deserves. And so no matter what community that you're in, the circumstances and the context may change, but a grocery store, especially one that provides the type of variety, the type of quality, and really the type of access that families need, that's the stuff we want people to have. Though we can't control where that happens, we are a big proponent in making sure that folks know that though the charitable response is a valuable one and one that has to be there, having a grocery store with the types of pricing that people can access that product is something that's important.